everybody, it's Scott from National Cycle. Today we'll be installing the new lowering kit and shorter side stand for the new CB500X from 2018 to 2020. To complete the installation, you'll need a set of pliers, an 8mm box wrench, 14mm box wrench, 17mm box wrench, a 6-inch extension, a number 14 socket, and a socket drive. The lowering kit includes a set of lowering links and a new lowered side stand. Okay, we're going to start by removing the stock original side stand. It's not required to do it first, but it makes it a lot easier to get started and get into the suspension system. So to remove it, swing it down to the low position, and with the number 8 Allen wrench, remove the kickstand sensor. Now let's lift it up, push it off to the side. Now this nut that's on the inside here, this is going to be two different things you need to do to remove this from the bike. First, you have to go into behind. There's a nut on the back side of here. You need to remove it with a 17mm Allen wrench, or socket wrench. Now you can remove the forward nut here with the number 14 box wrench. Okay, now just pull this out. This is going to hold everything in there. Swing the top end of this back towards the back of the bike. Release it from the bracket, and then lift off the spring. Now we're going to start the removal process for the lowering links. What you want to do is you want to raise up the suspension slightly on the back end of the bike using a scissor lift, or get something very similar, just to take the pressure off the suspension. You want to be very careful in this step that you don't hit anything on the exhaust on this side or anything on the other side of the bike to prevent any damage. You want to take just a little bit of pressure off the back tire. Now you want to use your 14mm socket on a 6-inch extension and your 17mm box wrench to loosen the upper and lower bounds. There is a nut on the back side here, so you need to secure onto it. Make sure it gets a good tight onto it. Put this one here. That's enough there. And you want to loosen both of them up, and then you can adjust the rear tire to allow you to pull the bolts out and remove this from the bike. Now these might not come off very easily at first. You just give it a little push and just keep them nice and even coming off, and they should slide right off the bike. Now you want to be very careful with this step. There are a set of sleeves here and here. You want to make sure these stay in place when you put the new lowering kit into place. All right, now we're going to install the lowering brackets for the new suspension system. Easiest way to do is to start with the lower mount first. Also, remember, make sure that this bushing here is in place. With the stock original bolt, go ahead and slide first side into place here, and then slide the other side into place, and lightly install the original nut. Now at this point, we're going to have to swing these up, and these are going to have to line up with this hole here. So you may have to lower the bike down just a little bit to get this thing to line up properly. You can also get the same kind of effect by raising the rear tire if you have someone else helping you. So just line that up. The other bolt, make sure you push it through nice and clean. Keeping that spacer in place, and install the nut on the back side. And now retighten with your socket and your box wrench. All right, now we're going to put the new lower kickstand into place. The easiest way to do this is slide into place. Put the main shaft in there, and actually you'll thread onto the back side of the bracket and go all the way through so you can attach the nut on the other side. What to make sure is when you go through and tightening this down that the nut head here actually sits flush against this bracket. There is a sleeve in there. If it catches on the inside, it may give you a false tighten, so you want to make sure it sits flat when you're fully installed. Once you got that installed, reinstall the original nut on the back side. And secure that down with your number 17 box wrench. Now you're going to reinstall the stock spring, put the hoop at the bottom, and you want to take the top hook and put it back onto the original pig. Now we're going to reinstall the kickstand sensor. There is a keyway at the bottom here. You want to make sure it lines up with the hole just underneath the nut. And then resecure with the original 8mm bolt. Alright, now installation is complete. The new lowering kit from National Cycle drops this back end of your CB500X by about 1.5 inches. Go out there and enjoy your ride.